Let's continue on page 195, top of 196. We have 08 start opened and saved as 08 working.psd. And we're going to continue and draw with the pen tool. Same plan as before, click or click and drag. A, B, and we're dragging here to the dot to make a curved segment. On over to C and drag. D, a little drag. Come on down, click on E, F, and drag, another curved segment. G, drag like this. H, no drag. I, no drag. J, a little bit of drag for a curved segment. K, another little curved segment drag. L, a longer curve, we have a longer drag. M, N, and then finally back on over to A, and there's our closed path indicator. So in this case, we're not really trying to exactly trace the cup. We just want to get something that's in the shape of a cup. But we can do a little bit better, and we will try to clean this path up a little bit. We're going to use the direct selection tool for that. You can either hold down the control key while you have the pen tool. That gives you the white arrow, which is direct selection. I'm going to go on here and click and choose the direct selection tool, A on the keyboard. That will allow me to not have to keep pressing the control key. I'll have that tool selected. What I'll do is I'll turn off the outside cup layer, get a better view of how this fits to the outline of the cup. Let's go and change some of our points. So in using this direct selection tool, what you can do is click on a point, and you can either click and move the point, as I did here, fine-tune that a little bit more, or you can click on a point that has handles and click and move the handles related to that point. These don't look too bad. This one could use a little work. I'm going to click on this point. There are two handles set up here. If you click and drag, notice that the handles go in pairs. If you want to drag one without the other, you can Alt-click, and that will let you drag one handle without changing the other. Try this guy here and move him in, move him up and in a little bit. Alt-click, change that curve a little bit. So for the purposes of our exercise today, don't spend too much time trying to draw a perfect line around this cup. Again, we're really just trying to get the shape of a cup. If you were doing a real selection, and this is a great way to do a perfect selection, then you could spend a good amount of time trying to draw the exact lines of the object you were selecting. So we'll turn back on the inside handle layer, so we have some guides for drawing that. I'll make sure I have my pen tool selected. Come on over to the paths panel, be sure that the shape 1 path is selected. Then I'll come back and set my last setting for the pen tool. I'll make sure it says subtract from shape. Let's draw the inside of the handle in the same fashion. Click and click and drag. After I draw the E, I'll hold the Alt key down and click on the E to make a corner point so that my line to the A is a straight line. Hit Enter and then Save. Let's go and save this path. I'm going to go back to the Paths panel, double click on the Shape 1 path, and we'll call it Cup Outline. Back in the Layers panel, rather than deleting the other layers for now, I'm just going to turn off those layers. Let's convert this path into a shape. I'm going to come and select the Cup Outline in the Paths panel, and I'll go to Edit and Define Custom Shape. Looks like a coffee cup. I'm going to name it Coffee Cup. By making this a custom shape, we now make it available in our custom shape tool. Let's go get that custom shape tool. It's here under the rectangle tool. There is custom shape. In the options menu, I've got a custom shape picker right here. Here's the arrow. come down, you'll probably need to scroll down to see it. At the very end, here is our coffee cup. Ready to go and use that custom shape now. I'll Control 0 to see my whole document. I don't have my rulers on, so I'm going to quickly do View and Rulers. Now I can draw myself a 2-inch tall shape. Notice over here in the Layers panel, that gave us a new layer. This one's called Shape 2 because I didn't delete my old Shape 1, and the book was called Shape 1. I'm going to double-click that and rename that Coffee Cup. Let's save that. We'll come back in a moment and add some color.